Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is my third video where I'm sharing my big goal of trying to not spend any of my paycheck in hopes of retiring early. My goal is to retire when I'm 56. We are a two-income household, and so by saving my own paycheck, well, no, not saving, by not spending my entire paycheck, my thinking is we'll get used to living on one income and not have to tap into my retirement accounts while I'm waiting, to be able to access my IRA. And yeah, my IRAs, that's what I have because I'm self-employed. Anyway, the goal is that I'll have 12 months in a row where I don't spend my paycheck, and then I'll know it's really super safe for me to go ahead and retire. If you're interested in how I did in the past months, I'll link a playlist. But here's the thing, those of you who have watched my other two videos may notice that my report card on my third month attempt is not that great. And the reason is because I'm kind of changing the way I look. Well, I am changing the way I look at the categories in what I'm counting as money not spent. So if it seems inconsistent with previous months, then it is because I think I wasn't really realistic in what I counted as not spending money in the past couple months, and I want to be really conservative as far as, yeah, that money definitely wasn't needed to sustain our lifestyle. And so I'm okay with that. I hope you are too, and I hope you'll have an opinion on my categories too, because that's the great thing about YouTube is you can crowdsource knowledge. Okay, so this month I put $525 extra into my home equity line of credit payment. So that wasn't needed to sustain our life. It was extra towards the principal. And the reason I have that loan is we used it to make an addition to our house. That is the licensed daycare toddler Montessori community that is my job, is housed on the side of our house, and we thought that would be a good investment because once it's no longer a classroom, it would be a great rentable space or a mother-in-law's unit, that sort of thing. And then I also put $116 extra towards my car loan. I was thinking really to pay that off very soon, and then I was reading about how it can affect your credit score, which I don't worry too much about credit score, but there is a possibility that, if I do retire and we don't need that classroom space, that we might move. And so I'm trying to figure out like how much paying off the loan would affect my credit, because having an open account with a low balance is positive towards your credit. At least that's what I've read, but if you know differently, please let me know. Please let me know. All right, and then we have some fun money accounts that we call our Get Busy Living or Get Busy Dying accounts. And those are extras that we save towards our boat upgrade, a little fishing boat upgrade, and a trip to Asia upgrade. And then basically they're both for travel. One is just short-term travel plans, and another is long-term travel plans, and then the boat funds. So the money I'm putting into those funds we're not counting because of the boat and the Asia trip, kind of a one and done item. And all right, and then my investing was a little lower this month. It was $317.25, and that went into our public account to buy stock, and then also into my IRA account. normally that $525 I put towards the HELOC would go towards investing. And it's kind of impulsive that I didn't put it in investing and put it towards the HELOC. I was just kind of annoyed that I'm not really ever paying much extra on that, so we've got to get that done. Okay, and then this month I had set aside some money. I thought one of my adult children might be needing some help, so I put some money aside, but that didn't really happen, didn't end up giving them the money, and so that was an extra $611 that we budgeted. That would be like an extra thing that wouldn't happen when I was retired, but we didn't actually spend it anyway, and so that went into one of our emergency funds, which I designate as my replace lost income fund. I have. All right, so the categories that I have counted in the past that I'm kind of thinking, well, is that really fair to count them? Because won't I still need to do that at some level once I'm retired? And so the categories that I did not include in this video and this month's report card are my short-term savings and sinking funds. So in past videos, I've counted the money we put into medical savings, the money we put into home emergencies, the money we put into car repairs and car savings. Yeah, those three. And I counted that as not spending my paycheck before, but that money will get spent at some point. The house emergency fund might disappear, like if we become nomads and we don't have the house to repair anymore. But I've decided just not to count those categories as unspent part of my paycheck, because eventually they do get spent. So I'm still figuring all this out, but because I'm not counting those as unspent money anymore, because they will someday get spent, I'm not counting that in this report card. I don't know, let me know what you think, if that's fair. And then I've decided not to count budgets that I underspend in. So like if I underspend my fund money account, flexible spending account, or if we underspend our general flexing account, I've in the past considered that, unspent money. But I think what I'll have to do if I continue to have a pattern of unspent money in those accounts, then I'm just going to lower the budget in those accounts, and then I could count, extra investing into my unspent money for the report card, so to speak. But those are basically the only categories we're under. The groceries and household goods just keeps creeping up. So yeah, that's really the only category I ever have. And I think if that keeps being consistent, I'll just lower my budget amounts and then invest more, and then I would count that. Let me know what you think. And then there are some big budget line items I talk about in my budgeting videos that once I close my little childcare will go down, but I have no idea how much they'll go down, because my utilities for the house and the utilities for the business are all the same. I get to deduct from taxes a certain expense based on the square footage, because a daycare is basically counted like a home office. I don't know how close that is to the true expense, We've got 4 adults living in the house, taking showers and doing laundry, dishwasher and everything. I've got 8 toddlers and 2 adults working in the classroom, using water, using electricity, producing garbage. And I just have no idea what the real actual numbers of what is my family budget and what is the household budget. I could use the tax amount, but it's, like I said, it's just based on square footage. But we do 2 loads of dishes for the school every day. We do a load of laundry for the school every day. There's constant hand washings when you're working with toddlers, and drinking water and heating that space. So that's the thing I just won't really know until I retire. That could be a chunk of money. Also, the grocery bill. I know I can deduct from my taxes what I count as the childcare portion of the grocery bill, but that's based on like one child's breakfast is worth $1.25 or whatever it is right now. And that's what I can deduct from taxes. I don't deduct, okay, we actually buy, sprouted grain bread, which is, more expensive than other bread, or that I buy organic milk. So again, it's hard to say what is the true value of the food that the children are actually eating, because we eat the leftovers. So I really have no idea at this point how much of the grocery bill, which is going up and up and up, is for the business and what is for the family. And it's just really hard to gauge, like the utilities, and it's really frustrating because I'd like to be really dialed in on the budget before I retire. And toddlers eat quite a bit, and they waste quite a bit. All right, so those are some things, like just looking as I retire, that if I get emergency funds, loaded to a certain amount, then I could stop contributing to them. So all of that is why this month I did not save as great a percentage as I did in other months. I saved 60, well, I did say I did not spend 63% of my paycheck. I mean, and that's pretty good, but it's a long way from 100% of my paycheck. And, I do raise tuition. There's just not a lot of opportunity just within my childcare business to make extra money. I do teach adults professional development. That's my main side hustle. But yeah, I'm feeling a little less optimistic after this month's report card. I mean, 63% is pretty good, and maybe, I'll do better somehow in the coming months. But what it might mean is that, okay, I retire, close my business, and then I need to find some other kind of work that will be like 37% of what my paycheck was, which shouldn't be all that hard, I don't think. But anyway, I'm still working towards the goal of saving it all, and we'll just see how it goes. All right, thanks for watching. Here is a video that YouTube thinks you'll like. And if you're interested in joining me perhaps, or just following me on this goal of saving your paycheck every month, please do go ahead and subscribe, because I will be making these videos monthly. All right, take care, bye.